evening, good morning, good night. I don't know what time it is you're listening to this, but welcome back to the Vic and Baustin podcast. I'm your host, Baustin. I'm here with my co-host,
Young Vic.
And we got a special guest in the house tonight, our friend for forever, Deja. Say what's up to the people.
Hey y'all, what's up?
What's going on? She was gracious enough to join us all the way from Atlanta. We ain't seen her in like 12, 15. What has it been, 20 years since we seen her?
21.
Like 21. How long has it been? It feels like it's been forever though.
5 years.
5 years at least.
That's
but
last time she was here, LeBron played for the Heat.
LeBron played for the Cavs the first time last time she was here.
Big facts. My bad.
Yeah, it's been that long.
I misspoke.
It's been a long time. So Vic, let's just jump right into it. Something's in the water, bro. Music festival coming to Virginia Beach.
You know how I knew this shit was jumping?
How?
Because my cousin from Chicago hit me talking about some, yo, bro, you think I could stay in your crib?
Yo.
I ain't know this nigga in years.
Yo, but that was my question. Like, yo, first off, are we gonna do it right? Yo, April 26th, 27th, 28th, that whole weekend.
$150 for the tickets.
$150 for the, well, nah, $195 now because those $150 ones, early bird sold out. $195 plus a $44 whatever fee, so it's really gonna cost you like $250.
Plus
but like
$44, what?
Yeah, whatever the service fee is. So it's gonna cost you some bread. So it's gonna cost you $500 at the least.
Yeah.
At the least, bruh. So like, do you think we're gonna do it right?
Voice.
But my question is, do you think we're gonna do it right? It's a
lot of people too. It's a lot of people. I wonder how they gonna set it up on the beach.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I was looking at the website and it was saying like the 5th Street stage, but like 5th Street, like I don't even know if there's nothing on. That's by like Waterman's and shit. Like, how they gonna set that up? I'm imagining like Coachella, or I'm imagining like Woodstock, where it's just open field and like thousands and thousands of people can set up. And like, you can't really set up tents on the beach. You can't really, like, people can't bring the RVs. Like, how they gonna really set this thing up?
I don't know.
Are we gonna do it right, bro? Is Virginia Beach gonna represent? You got Pharrell came through with the artists.
I think so.
You think we're gonna rap? You think we're gonna do it right though?
I think so, man. I feel like he's trying to bring some revenue to the state.
Right. It's gonna bring revenue.
Yeah, I feel like he's trying, but I don't think it's. I feel like you have to do it right because you want to do it consistently, like not just this year. You want to have like a I mean, it could go. It could be a lot of times. It could be the Fire Fest.
It's not gonna be the Fire Fest.
It
like,
could
Virginia
be.
Beach already has the infrastructure to make it happen. The problem with the Fire Fest is niggas tried to build the infrastructure and have along and whatever.
But do they have the infrastructure that's gonna, like, they were talking about that on a Joe Budden podcast today. Like, I mean, it's all over the place. Like, people are coming from other places to come. Like, we got the infrastructure for like some local shit. The oceanfront, I mean, like you said, they get crazy for college week. You know what I mean? Like,
but it's the same week as college week.
Oh.
It's literally the same week as Beach
worse.
Exactly.
It's the same weekend of Something's in the Water Music Festival. It's the same fucking weekend.
I should have fucking bought that early bird shit.
I should have too, bro. I was sitting at my computer at work. I should have went on the work computer and bought it.
I saw the shit and I was like, $150. I was like, I'll wait a second. And my cousin hit me. Yeah, it's SZA, Migos.
Diddy got added. Missy got added.
Missy was up there. She was the first name I seen. Jaden Smith.
Dave Matthews Band.
Pharrell and Friends.
Janae Aiko.
Janelle Monáe.
I wish I knew about this. I would have sure been there.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a large lineup, to say the very least. The people that serious. I would just push a T. I would just go for you know what I'm saying. Like the one-offs, it just sound crazy.
Look at that. Lil Uzi Vert.
Ooh.
Diplo
about to have a place.
Pusha T, SZA. You got Diddy, you got Missy, you got Usher, Gwen Stefani, Snoop's gonna be there. Ferg, Maggie Rogers, I don't know who that is. Jaden Smith, Deepak Chopra is gonna be there for some reason. Janae Aiko, you said that. I don't even know who Jeffrey Canada.
King Joffrey Joe?
Dram's gonna be there.
Drum,
my bad. 3 nationals. But I mean, it's a pretty good lineup. I mean,
like
for real, for a buck. If you could have got $150 to see the Migos, right? But if you could have paid $1, Travis Scott.
Travis Scott by itself commands like a big
Migos by themselves is like when the Migos
Yeah.
came to Ted Concert Center, that was $150 for them
Shut
tickets.
down.
Like like easily.
The fact that it's a festival, I feel like it's a good look. I mean, because when you call it a festival, I automatically assume that it's not just going to be a one-off, one-year thing. I mean,
It's gonna come back every year.
yeah, I mean, yeah, and I'm
But
looking
I
forward to that.
just want us to do
Why
it
do you
right
do it in
though.
April, though?
April, I mean,
You
why?
know, this time of year in April,
It's gonna be
it's gonna
warm.
be raining.
It's not gonna be raining.
Who knows?
I don't think so.
Around here, it could be. It's day. It's
It-
day by
I mean,
day
it could be
situation.
anything.
It could
But-
go either way.
They can't do it during the summer because every weekend they already got
True.
the stuff down at the beach. Once
And not only
after
that,
Labor
yeah.
Day or after Memorial Day.
Not
After
only
Memorial
that,
Day, they
I
got
mean,
shit every weekend.
It's
at the
almost
beach.
impossible to get those acts here in the summertime because they probably book for
Torn.
different
Yeah.
festivals, different situations.
Yeah.
Like,
Overseas.
I mean, a prime time June, July date. You know what I mean? For those type of acts that are coming, there's no way you get. I mean, you're gonna get the Virginia Pusha T's, the Biscuit,
Right.
just off the street.
Right, that's Shaq Fest. Like, it comes to Shaq Fest, but this is way, way, way deeper than Shaq Fest.
Yeah, for sure. And the fact that Pharrell's bringing it into city, like you could automatically assume that
It's gonna be
he's
done
gonna- yeah,
right.
he's
I
gonna
just
be
want to
done
know
right.
what spots we going to at night. Like
it's gonna be
when the
they gonna
Migos
be at,
perform,
yeah.
like where they gonna be at afterwards? That's where I want to go.
They ain't gonna ride
That's
lounge.
where I'm going. There's not no way to go. Riot's too small. I was thinking like, yo,
Cave.
there's no club. Exactly. The cave is not big enough and it's way too ratchet, and they don't got the money to do it.
There's no
Riot's
club.
too
They go to
small.
Peabody's. They go to
No.
No,
Peabody's.
Peabody's does not want that. Dave Matthews Band's may go out
No
to
way.
Peabody's afterwards, but
There's no way. There's no place
big
at the
enough
ocean
club.
front. I mean, maybe they could go to Catch 31 and take up the
Cats
sky, the
31 does not
skylight.
want that.
I mean, who
They're
you?
not taking Sky Bar or no.
But how
No
do
way.
you know?
They
You don't know
want
that, but
life.
you don't know that though.
They gotta
You
go to
don't know that.
Norfolk.
They
They have to go to Norfolk.
Norfolk where though?
Granby.
They go.
Granby.
What you think they gonna open up Plaza of the Plume again?
Nah, Paso the Plume was small too. They
got
could
the
probably
upstairs
go
and
to.
the downstairs.
They could
Though.
probably go to Baxter's. Baxter's is probably big enough, really.
But Baxter's don't be. I mean, you got to go somewhere that's all the people. I guess they
It's no
could rent out
they
the
go to
Norfolk.
Origami.
They go rent out.
They
the
go to
Norfolk.
Origami Friday night. They could go. Origami is probably big enough. Origami
Think
is probably
so?
big enough to where if the Migos were going to Origami, they could like
Well, you
Tell
talking
me
about other people just in the Migos, like the Migos. Gonna
anybody
go.
go. Pusha T could go.
Pusha T probably gonna set up somebody from in town is gonna set up something for the alley.
Right.
Like
That's what it's gonna
you know
have to
what I
be
mean?
like.
Yeah.
Like when Cam Chancellor throws his cookout every year,
They do it
at the Norfolk Marriott.
Yeah, yeah.
They rent out the little
They
ballroom,
probably have that.
and
They
that's
probably-
big enough,
The
right?
Marriott, yeah,
So
that
it could
jump
be
be
some shit
packed.
like that.
They be having every. I went there one year. Mike Vick was there. Iverson was there. All types.
Marshawn Lynch was there.
Yeah. You was there that year.
That's what happened. I wasn't there. You was there. You told me Marshawn
thought
was
you
there.
was
You
there.
was just chilling, thugging with Marshawn. You know what I
I
mean?
said what up to him.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
it.
I didn't get the invite that year. You know what I mean?
Anyways, man. I mean, look,
Yeah, I'm
he's
hurt for
sad.
that.
Why
I'm
you
still
so
mad
sad?
about because I wanted to be Marshawn.
Hey,
You
look,
told me you was
check
chilling
this
with
out.
Marshawn Lynch.
Nah,
He
here's
was
the
with the
thing.
regular people just swagging out.
Nah.
Like I would have loved that.
But here's the thing, though. They just like, yo, this is regular Atlanta shit. Like that's every
Right.
week. Yeah, the Migos, they all over the place. The Migos, they stay out there.
Yo, what's the
Virginia,
life
we
out there?
hyped to see.
What's life like out there? You moved out to Atlanta how many? 5, 6 years ago?
4 years ago.
You moved out to Atlanta 4 years ago. She got a college degree and said, yo, I'm out. And started your career, started your life out there. What's that like?
Really? Honestly, it's all about networking. Because of course you're new to the scene, you don't know anybody.
Right.
So
So
all
you
you
gotta
gotta
start
do is
from
just go
ground
out there and
zero.
actually like meet people. And the best way to meet people is actually, honestly, be in the clubs.
Really?
But I looked up and found somebody that I just worked with, and she's in the music industry.
Okay.
And that actually linked me up with other people in that industry.
Wow.
So,
So,
like, I rubbed elbows with like VH1 stars like Bambi
oh shit.
and like stuff like that. Like,
But I mean, they like, that's crazy. So like, just knowing the right people, it's not like what you know, it's who you
it's
know.
really all about who you know in Atlanta. It's
Damn.
strictly who you know. You gotta be in the in crowd.
That's how it is, though. Everywhere. I mean, to a certain extent, it's
To a
like that
certain
here.
extent.
But
I
it's
mean,
on
it's
a
just not,
higher
yeah,
caliber
like,
here
you know,
in
for
the
sure.
city, like
Because,
Atlanta.
because in Atlanta, there's more opportunity. Like you said, there's more situations where it's just like an everyday thing. Like you said earlier when we were downstairs, having a Rolls Royce is just a regular thing. Down here, you see one of those, it's like, yo.
I see an I-8, like I see one of those at least once a week.
Yeah, I mean.
And it's nothing.
It's nothing.
It's nothing out there.
Nothing.
Black Hollywood.
Period. And it makes you be more motivated to get out there and actually do what you came to do.
Damn.
Like, it doesn't make you want to sit in the house. It's like, no, I got moves to make. I got stuff to do.
So it
like,
keeps you on your grind,
right?
like, yo.
And just to be around black excellence,
Woo!
it feels good.
Damn.
Like, you
Nah,
get in a
dope.
certain
That's
Where
dope.
they do that at, bro? Where they do that at?
Yo, I heard like, yo, all you hear about Atlanta from people like, you know, people who aren't like haters is just like, it breeds like success almost.
breeds,
like
because it's
you
a
on your
new,
grind, yeah.
it's a new, you know what I mean? Like a new place where like the real estate isn't, I mean, I wouldn't say
I
this.
wouldn't say new, but like.
But it's new
It's
to.
new to you. You're
Yeah.
not from there.
That's true. I mean, but anywhere would be new if you're not from there.
Very true.
But I mean, I just feel like the
One of
people
the-
that succeed out there aren't traditional. Like, you don't see the traditional rich white whatever. Like, Virginia's got a history of,
Oh yeah, slavery.
you know what I mean? Right, slavery, military, conservative state. Whereas, like in Atlanta, you see movies filmed there. You see TV shows. You see black-owned businesses. You see, as opposed to the computer tech that come fix your company, to come fix the corporate computer. He's black instead of just your traditional white or Indian. Like, it's different out there. From what I heard, I've never been, but I mean,
Yeah, we
from
went
what
one
I've heard,
time.
and
You
what
know
I've
the
seen.
great thing about being out there also, you know how like we get this mentality of crab in the back.
Crabs in the
barrel.
yeah, crabs in the barrel, yeah.
It's not like that.
It's the opposite.
It's the opposite.
I also hear that
yo,
too about like artists.
I see people coming
It's like-
up, and
right.
so I want to come up, or
Right.
I want to
I'll
help
come
that
up.
person.
I want to help them come up.
Right, like let's all eat. Let's make a tribe.
That's why
let's,
it seemed like-
come out there and like get it. Let's like
That's
like
fire.
you be my publicist, you be my PR agent, you be my tech person. Like we all just out here and just make a portfolio and just live.
That's
and
fire.
Like, that's what it is. That's the
That's
culture
why,
out
like,
there.
you see, like, labels like QC and, like, you know, those. It's like, it seems like that's what's around there. It's just like, yo, how can I get, okay, you got the look, you already got everything, we're going to make you into a successful artist. One of the illest lines that I ever heard, like, an artist say or about Atlanta was when I heard that Lil Baby song. He said, I'm from Atlanta where young niggas run shit. Like, that shit don't exist a lot of places where it's like, cats that is, you know, African, or, you know what I'm saying, our African American minority, they're running shit. Like, you know, or our age group running shit. It's like, yo, you could do whatever you want to do. It's such a, like, it seems like it's such a new place where it's like.
I literally watched a TV show, a black dating show called Ready to Love on Oprah's network. Bruh, it was nothing but, the cast was nothing but black excellence. It was filmed in Atlanta. All the people lived in Atlanta. And like, you got black business owners, you got black successful, just like everybody on the show was black, successful, had their shit going on, and like, it was not even a big deal. And like, that shit is regular out there, whereas like, you see that shit out here, it's like, oh shit, damn, black person on this? Like, it's nuts, but out there it's regular everyday life, which is crazy.
They even said like a lot of film crews, a lot of, you know, movies are being shot in Atlanta because they're giving out permits like way easier than New York City and Los Angeles and all of these other places. It's just like, it's like they're making opportunity for themselves. You know, people used to say the big markets is where you got to go to become successful. Now Atlanta has made itself a big market, which they haven't always been. But it's like, yo, we're going to make this the hub, you know, and it came from the people who were born there. It's like, yo, all right, we're going to make a label here that people want to come to. Because it's like...
Yeah, and it wasn't like, usually in the rap game, like, you see a lot of hate. Local niggas hating on other local niggas out there.
It don't
like,
seem like
rarely, and it has happened, but rarely do you see two Atlanta rappers beefing with each other. Like, it's
they just
all
out there
love.
to get money. They just
out there
to
trying to get paid.
And it's like, yeah, they understand that thing. Like, yo, there's enough money to be, you know what I mean, for everybody to eat.
So much.
If you come up, I can come up. If you get the word out, then you put somebody else on. And that's how it should be.
It's like that family.
But it ain't
That's
like
how it
that,
should be.
though.
Like
That's
okay,
crazy.
but like maybe with something in the water, like maybe that could, like, people like, oh, Virginia Beach, maybe some local artists can get on from that. Maybe. And
The
maybe
very
you can
fact-
turn the culture from here.
The very fact that I heard like on a big platform like I said, like the Joe Budden podcast, the very fact that they talking about Virginia Beach, he's like, yo, where they doing this festival at? And the dude was like, Virginia Beach. I heard that and I was like, yo, that's dope. Just the fact that you talking about, yo, we gonna go to on these dates, these 3 days. The focus of the world right now is coming to see a festival, see whether it succeeds, whether it doesn't, just to see what it is.
It don't succeed though.
You know what I mean?
The tickets sold out for the early bird like immediately, so you already know what time it is. It's gonna succeed, but I just want to know when people get here, are we gonna treat it right? Because like Beach Weekend is pretty much they've turned Beach Weekend into a police state.
Until
you
Hell
got
Week.
cops.
That's
on every
what it
corner, cops looking for, cops are already on alert. Or are they gonna let motherfuckers chill and just like, yo, it's a festival, do
but
what
I feel
you
like
do.
that's gonna be a big problem because people come from different markets and they're used
But
to.
it's before the summer though.
But here's the thing though. People come from different markets
And
and
they're
they're used to like, yo, I'm gonna be able to smoke my little bud, do this, and it's like they don't even play.
And
They don't even
motherfuckers
play
was smoking weed in the club, and it was not a problem.
everywhere. We done been. How many places we done been to? You
Right.
smoke. You know what I'm saying? That's regular shit. But in Virginia, you
Drinking,
can barely
open
even
carry,
curse
like-
on the beach. You can't
Right.
even curse on the beach. The shit is all over the place. No profanity.
Right.
So
Drinking,
it's like,
having an open container, walking
nuts.
around with a cup with
We
alcohol
was just
in
in
it. That's a
Jackson. We
crime.
was just in Jacksonville at a fucking place, and I asked the guy. I was like, "Yo, but you know, if we buy the beer from here or we buy the liquor from here, can we walk around?" He's like, "Yo, in this whole vicinity inside here, you can walk around with your liquor," and that was dope. It was like a waterside type of environment, and it was like anywhere in this vicinity you could have open liquor
Container.
or whatever. Yeah, open container.
container.
And I was like, yo, that's fire. Like, why is it that Virginia doesn't do that? All over the, you know what I'm saying? Wherever there's liquor sold, you can go from one bar to the next bar with your shit. Like, as long as you're not, like, throwing it on the ground and littering. And being sloppy, like you said.
Yeah.
It's like you don't think about that. They don't think about that kind of stuff because they constantly want to just shut down all these places. Like, even a place like...
There's no black clubs in Virginia Beach.
Nothing.
anymore.
No.
Nothing.
There's not one anymore. If you want to count the Cave, maybe that's
The cave's not.
If you want to count that, but
I
like
doubt that
that's
that's black
it.
owned.
There's no black clubs in Virginia Beach anymore.
I mean, if you
None.
want to call it a black
None.
club because that's what predominantly goes there, but it's not owned. It's not black
Everything's been
owned.
shut down systematically, bro. One by one. There's nothing. You gotta go to Norfolk to party now. You have to go to Norfolk. That's the closest place. If
And
you live
even
in
then,
Virginia
none
Beach,
of those
you
shits
gotta go to
really are
Norfolk.
black owned. I doubt it. I doubt. Maybe Palace of the Plume was black owned, but
Culture might be black owned.
Culture. But did you see where they put Culture at though? It's in a really on the opposite side of
It
Granby
doesn't
where.
matter, but
It's good that it's open and hopefully it stays open. But it's like what you said. It's like they're targeting these places to shut them down as fast as they open up.
Yeah.
Somebody invests $500,000, $200,000 of their hard-earned money to keep these places open and invest, and then in 2 years or a year it's shut down.
Bye-bye.
That's it. Like you know what I mean?
Sad.
Then that shit turns into what? There's
Something
been,
else,
yeah,
a restaurant,
restaurant, a fucking, Urban Outfitters. Like, remember that, remember they had that Sevens Club there? They turned that shit into some old bullshit, man.
I just
Like,
love Seven. I don't want to go down that.
Me neither.
Seven's turned into Indra, and then Indra's turned into it's gone.
shut it down. All the nice clubs.
So I heard a rumor about Atlanta. All right, I heard it's like the ratio is like 5 women to 1 guy. How true is that?
Shit is so true. That is so true.
So true.
There's a lot of women in Atlanta.
Yikes. That's dangerous.
Looking, a lot of
That's
single women
dangerous.
looking for a
Lot of
man.
women
Looking for just a successful man. Is it because the standards are too high and you want a rich nigga, or is it just like it's not that many niggas to choose from that really got their shit going on?
Okay, women in Atlanta, I don't know what's in the water. I don't know what's in the food.
They all
but
bad?
They all have nothing to do with them being bad. It's they all want a man that wants. They all want a man that wants wants something out of life.
Okay,
Or
so they
already
all
has
looking for a
something.
successful man,
They want a successful man.
or they looking for potential.
But
like
doesn't
potential.
every woman essentially want a successful
Of
man?
course,
Right.
but it's like if you not paying her bills or you ain't getting her hair done
It's
every
that
other
savage mentality, yo.
week, you out of there.
You cut.
Like you cut off. Period. Like, if you not benefiting her life, like, what are you?
Yeah, what you here for? What you here for? So that
what's your benefit?
yo, that's where the world's kind of going to. Not necessarily saying it's like a horrible thing, but a lot of people are just trying to like. You know, it's like, yo, what the fuck, love? Like, I'm trying to, you know, if this dude ain't doing that for me, like, blah, blah, like, that shit, that, like, looking for the ideal person. We done been places where it's like, if you don't have money to pay for this, like, don't even look at me. Like, I don't want to hear nothing about your personality.
What if that broke nigga love you, though?
He ain't fucking with it. And I get it. I mean,
she ain't trying to struggle with your ass.
Wow.
She's not trying to
that's
struggle with your
yeah,
ass.
That's it.
That whole shit of, oh, that's my day one, like, we came up together, like, that Kevin Gates shit, out the fucking window. They don't want to do that shit.
Shit on
wow.
shit.
They don't want to be evicted.
More.
They don't want to do all that, like, dumb shit, like, oh, well, I was with that nigga till he made it. So I'm in there.
So they don't want to be with you, you know what I mean? When you at the bottom, they want to be with you when you already made it.
Period.
Would you love me
and
if I
the
was
reason
down
why I feel like they feel that
and
way.
out? Would you still?
Wow.
Stupid. The reason why they feel that way is because there's so many women in Atlanta. They know that when that nigga come up, he ain't gonna think about her no more.
So that's what I'm saying though. So put in the work early.
No,
so maybe that nigga will stay with you.
But I'm saying also girls
they just
are probably
cut that out. They don't want to put in the work. They want that man to be
right.
ready already.
But if he's ready already,
Fine.
then he's gonna have 12 other U's on his dick
And then they willing to
be
that side. They don't
But here's the
care.
thing,
As
and
long
I-
as
yo,
you benefiting her financially, they
You
don't
gotta
care.
respect that hustle
Wow.
though. You gotta respect
It's
that
It's
hustle.
a business. Damn
So
near.
dating somebody
Because-
in Atlanta is a business, is what you're
Damn
telling me.
near.
You gotta respect that hustle because it's like, okay, so if I don't have to be fully dedicated to you, but you gonna pay all my bills, I could do that, and then we not really in a relationship. I could do that with 5-6 other niggas, and that could be a full occupation. Like, I mean, and that's how I get.
That's how they get their shit paid.
I seen
That's
it
how
get out.
they get their hair laid. That's how they
I didn't see
look
it
the
get
way
out
they
like
look.
that. Yeah,
That's how they get them butt shots. That's how they look
And the
the way
nigga
they
will-
So
look.
they get
for real.
donations from 5 different niggas, and then
That's really how it is. And like, there's a
And
lot
then-
of women at
Facts.
20 years old that I met already looking for a sugar daddy.
Big facts. Yeah, and then it's like you do that type of shit. I've seen that shit happen all the time, like in different markets or whatever. And it's like, yo, we don't ever have to be in a dedicated situation. I know dudes will just pay for privacy, like essentially, like, yo, I'm gonna pay you to shut the fuck up. Don't say nothing about nothing. I got my own little wifey at the crib. I don't want to hear you call me unless I call. But when I hit you up, just be ready. I'm gonna pay all your shit until I done seen it. Like, if honestly,
I mean, I get it.
crazy.
Like, it's not
It's
that
sad.
crazy, but like,
It's really sad.
when you really think about it, it's sad. Like, damn, like, money is really like running lives like that.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
money is really like, what happens when she's 40? What happens when she's 50? She just keeps doing it? You be a side chick for life? You signing up for life to be a side? Like, what
She
is
gonna
the...
have a baby by that nigga.
Yeah, then she got
Okay.
That's what she
residual.
does.
Okay, but okay, what is the child's values? Like, yo, your mother was willing to do this. Like,
She
what are
teach the
we
baby
talking
that, too.
about? That's like systematic. Like, that's crazy. That is nuts to me, man. But I get it. I mean, it makes sense logically. Like, okay, he can do something for me financially, whatever. But like,
That's
I feel
easy.
like
That's
it's gotta
easy
be a
pickings,
little
though.
deeper than
If
that.
she's saying that most people, I mean, a lot of these dudes in these circles are successful. They got, it's like essentially like being like, yo, I'm a high thousandaire, a millionaire, whatever. Like, yo, I'm trying to live this lifestyle where it's like, yo, it's okay if I gotta pay for your little $1,700 a month or whatever for your rent, and I pay whatever for you to get your hair done or whatever.
just keep quiet.
Yeah, just
keep your mouth
quiet.
shut.
Yeah, honestly.
And the thing about it is, like, this mentality that has, like, come about in Atlanta, it makes it really hard for women like me that ain't about that.
Right.
Like, I'm making my own shit. Like, I'm not trying to look for a sponsor.
Right.
I want a partner, and then we can build and maximize together.
Right.
That's what I'm looking for when it comes to, like, an actual husband and partner, life partner. But women ain't like that. Not a lot of them. I can't say not all of them, but most women that's from Atlanta, they don't think that.
But what about most men though? So like, how difficult, if you had to put a percentage on it, like 1 in a million, 1 in 100, like if you really want to find a real real man that's like looking to build a legitimate
call it
connection,
at that point,
exactly.
yeah.
Like, what are the chances? What are the odds like of you finding that? Something legitimate, something that's not superficial, something that's not based on money, something that's not based on status, something that's not based on how many Instagram followers you got. What are your chances of finding like an authentic guy that isn't broke, that isn't like that really got his shit together too?
After my experiences from my friends who have dated men in Atlanta, pretty much all of them have had bad experiences from them and have not found a man that is of substance to the point where they're looking for the same exact thing that they're looking for.
Wow.
Yeah, you would think that it's probably hard to find somebody like that in an environment that's like that breeds that type of situation.
Really
unless they're like 45 and they realize like, okay, it's time to settle down.
Or even there.
So you gotta import a nigga. Yo, I'm about to import a nigga.
Right, period. Like,
yo, I'm down here in Atlanta. Come get me, nigga.
Right. Take a flight. I'm gonna fly you out. Like that's that type of shit they
God damn.
Big facts.
That's crazy.
It's crazy, but it's not really that crazy when you really sit down and think about it. Especially if you're looking for people in a certain environment, like somebody, you know. And like she said, when you networking in an environment that's like a club or like these lounges and different spots like that where people that are in the know that's in, they all kind of operate in the same way. They're like, yo, they're assuming that if you in this place, you know about the kind of, you know, moves that dudes, we looking for this. And they'll probably approach you in a different way. It's like, hey, look, let me talk to you. I could do this for you. I could do that for you. All I need you to do is just hold me down when I need you to hold me down. But then you hit them with, I'm not even about that. But they're like, so, well, why are you even here? You know what I mean? Why are you in this environment then? Like, if you're not
why are you living in this city if you're not about what everybody else is? Well,
not necessarily the city, just the place. Yeah, I mean.
And the thing about it is also, like, you can't even have, like, a genuine conversation with a man. Like, a man can't take you out without him expecting anything from you.
So it's almost like a transaction. Dating is a transaction.
Like I said, it's a damn business. Like, you can't even go on a first date without being like, Mom, like,
what's up?
Like, can I come inside? Like,
but the dude's
when you say come inside, do you mean like come inside or like come inside?
Both ways.
Open the door or like sexually come inside? Yo, it's the first date. Can I come inside?
Both
ways. You gonna let me come inside?
Yeah, a dude is gonna try what he's gonna try. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna try whatever you go. But like, you know, I would say that isn't there ways to kind of like let him know that that's not what you're about before you even get to the back to the crib situation?
It's all about the conversation that y'all have at dinner.
Yeah.
Damn. Not saying that you have to be upfront that way. You have to set off that vibe. You have to set off those type of like frequencies between each other.
Yeah,
that, like,
you
have to know who I am.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just come at me any kind of way.
Right.
And if you do come at me any kind of way, just know that, yeah, you gonna get cut off. But at the same time, the nigga ain't gonna care.
Right.
Yeah, he got 15 other women in his lineup.
It's almost like I gave you a shot. Like, I gave you a shot and you blew it, not me. I mean,
when it's 5-1, it's like, you just feel like, yo, it is what it is. I got another one coming up tomorrow. I'm going out on a date tomorrow. I already got another date on books tomorrow. If this don't work out, who gives a fuck?
And then, yo, I would say that a lot of that situation is, like we were talking about it the other day, like, if a dude got a nice little swag to him, a nice little car, most of the time, you know, he picking you up from your house or whatever, so it's like, you might not even know where the dude live, but if he got a nice little car, a lot of girls that are, you know what I mean, in the 20s, 21s age or whatever, especially like you say, I'm not from around here.
You pay for dinner, you got a car.
Right.
You'd be surprised, you know what I mean? When my man first got the Lex, I was like, yo, you know what I mean? Even when I first got my car, I'm like, yeah, it just feels
it like that.
No, I'm not saying you didn't. You didn't.
I did not maximize the likes when I first got it. I did not. I was a scared little boy. Because I was scared. I went back to adolescence.
Even when he had
the Cam was in high school. The Cam was tough.
He had 2 Camrys.
It was tough.
And people used to get in the car like, yo, damn, this is a nice car. And I used to say the same thing to him. Like, yo, this shit. When he first got the Lex, he pulled up to my house. I thought he was lying his ass off. He said, yo, yeah, my sister didn't want it, so they gave it to me. I'm like, hold on, what? They gave you this.
I still had to pay for that motherfucker though.
I'm not saying they gave it to him, but I mean like.
Still, you had it.
Yeah, well, when I got my first car, or not my first car, but when I got my nice car, people was like, "Yo, this is dangerous." Like, so I could only imagine if you got some, some crazy shit in Atlanta or whatever.
Right.
You pull up on Tender or some shit like that, and she pull up to the Rolls Royce or a nice Benz.
They don't be okay out there.
What's that?
They don't be okay out
Whatever
there.
that is. I mean, I think that's
Download
Black
it.
Tender.
The next one you get back home is Black Tender. Be okay.
Yeah,
It's
Brian
shit
put
like
me
that.
onto that.
Yeah, you'll probably find
He put me
you probably find a husband on Be Okay.
I'm good where my situation is.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
fucking
She don't need no
husband.
husband.
You're right.
Anyways, but look,
It's that nigga kicking though out there is marriage is a business out there. So
is it? I mean, marriage is a business.
Marriage is a
everywhere.
business,
This is a
right?
business, period. Wherever you go.
I mean, you take vows
Big
before
fact,
God and your
fact.
family is different. It's
Like,
deeper
we
than
getting
that.
deep,
Some
we
people
getting deep.
we can't get deep on the podcast.
Nah, man, this ain't.
If you take a vow
We
before
ain't
God,
going there. We ain't
time
going
out.
there.
If you
We
take
ain't
time
going
out,
there.
no, now I'm going there. I'm going there.
Hey,
I'm
Jesus,
going there.
relax.
I'm
We
going
don't want to put people.
If you
hey,
take-
Jesus, relax. Let's move on. What we
They
can
go
jump?
back
If you
Let's
take
jump
a
up out of
time
there.
out.
I'm trying to
No,
save you.
no.
Let's jump up out of there.
I got one question.
I'm literally trying to save you. Let's
How
jump
you
up
trying
out
to
of there.
save
Come on,
me?
what we got next?
I don't
yo?
need to be saved.
Oh,
I don't want to be saved. If you take a vow before God and your family, bruh, is it deeper than a business? It's deeper than a business. Understand you go down, you sign the paperwork with the state and the government. Yeah, that part is a business. But if you sit in a church or wherever, you get somebody that's ordained and you take a vow before God and your family, is it not deeper than a business?
What you want me to say? What's the answer that you want?
I'm asking you genuinely.
What's
What's
the
your
answer?
answer? I'm asking you
It
genuinely.
just depends on the terms that you guys have come to before you got to these vows. You guys have come to all type of terms like, yo, we doing this because of this. We doing it. People do that because of financial transactions all the time, because of the military, because of all
when
of
you
that
take
stuff.
a vow though before God and your family,
But
it's
the
different.
vow, but I'm saying the vow comes
If that's
from-
fine, you can make an arrangement.
The words
Military,
are
you can
spoken-
go down to the
the
Justice
words
of
are-
Peace, and I don't want to hear nothing. Okay, we
words are
went to the
spoken-
Justice of Peace because we get a tax break.
Even
If we
when
get
you go-
married, we got a kid together. That's cool. But when you actually take a vow before your family and before God, it's deeper than business. To me, I'm not asking. I'm asking you. To you, it's not.
Yes, in my situations, the terms that me and my wife came to is deeper than all of that. But there's a
Okay.
lot of people. What she's saying is, there's a lot of people that don't value that, and they do
Okay,
it
I'm
because
asking
of
her. I'm
financial
asking you,
reasons.
Deja. To you, you take a vow before God and your family. How deep is that vow?
It's deeper than me.
Thank you.
But
We're
that's
not
what I'm saying to
in
us.
business.
But she's we're talking about a whole entire state that doesn't operate like that. Pretty much,
Not a whole entire state. We're
She's
talking
an
about a
anomaly. Okay, a city. She's an anomaly in the city. That's like that's what she's saying. She's like,
everybody
yo,
in the
that's
city
the
ain't
reason.
like that either.
That's the reason that she can't operate like
And
that.
that's what I'm saying. It's not that I'm saying that everybody feels that way. I'm saying it makes it hard for those who are in the city and do operate on the same wavelength that I am.
Okay, needle
That's
in a
what makes it
haystack.
hard, right? So it's like
It's hard out
you
here
gotta
too.
find my one in a million.
Not necessarily.
It's hard out here
necessarily.
No, it's not.
No.
Hey, Virginia's
It's hard out here, bro.
It's not that hard.
Oh my
It's
God.
not that hard.
Virginia's like
It's-
a lot slower. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's
That's
not
what
really.
I'm saying, but it's military out here too.
You
You,
know-
see how many women looking for a nigga that's in the military?
That's because they know.
How many
that
military
box.
niggas is like, yo, I just need to marry a girl, but when I go out on deployment,
But
I'm
I'm
doing
saying,
whatever
they
the fuck
thinking
I
on-
want.
they thinking
like,
on
yo,
a smaller
it's
level.
everywhere, bruh. It's the culture.
No, you just thinking on
What
the military
culture?
level.
I'm thinking of where I live and what I experience. It's deeper than that.
That happens.
How many
at-
Instagram followers you got, nigga? Oh, this nigga got under 1,000 followers. I can't date him. It's real out here.
Well, that's not just.
Well, I mean, you
that's
got out the
everywhere,
game
though.
early.
You're right.
If you was in the game now, nigga, if you ain't got 1,000 followers, nigga,
You got
you getting
1,000?
ghosted.
You got 1,000?
No, not
Getting ghosted. I ain't married. I'm
I'm
single.
a man that has less than 1,000 followers.
I feel like that's more
Yeah.
attractive to me.
Yes.
When you see a chick, I
don't
don't
want
like
a man
when
that-
you see a chick that got like millions of views. I mean, millions of likes, 1,000, hundreds of likes or whatever. I'm like, yo, what makes you even want to like that person's picture? Because it's like you just another person. in
Well,
line.
I mean, yes, but I mean, if you liking it to genuinely like it, that's why.
No,
that's
I
a
won't
nice
do it.
picture.
I just
Double
won't do it.
tap.
Even if she look good, I'm like, nah, she don't need this one.
So you waiting?
She don't need it.
She don't
Okay,
need
so
it.
then you
She got
waiting.
enough.
So you stingy with your likes.
I really do not like a lot of.
So
I don't
you
even
will
follow a
like,
lot of
you
girls.
will literally like a picture mentally, but you won't double tap the like physically.
I don't know about that. I'm just like
You just said
I don't like the fact that she got so many likes.
I don't like the fact that my name won't come up on her notifications. That's what you're saying.
No, I don't really.
That's
care
what you're
about that.
saying.
I really don't care
She got 50,000 likes on this. If I like this shit, it ain't gonna come up on the notifications. I ain't gonna like it.
To me, it don't really mean nothing like that.
If you like it, just like it. Likes should be
nah,
genuine. Oh, I like this picture. Double tap. You what? Oh, she got. She got 106,000 likes. Oh, fuck that.
Exactly.
She only got 3 likes. Yeah, I'm early. What the fuck?
Even if she has 3 likes, like I said, it's based like what she said. I appreciate somebody who it's almost like finding like an artist that nobody knows about. You like, yo, this dude is fire. That's what it is. It's like, yo, this dude is fire. But then if it's like an artist and I tell Brandon about it, I already heard about that dude. It's like, all right, you lose that sense of like, yo.
So are you stingy with your likes, Deja? If it's a lot of likes on the picture,
they don't like my shit like that. She don't even when I post the cute kids pictures.
If you like it, you like it.
I just scroll.
She's stingy.
I just scroll.
Hey yo, the cameraman, he's stingy with his likes too. The cameraman, that nigga don't like nothing. You can post a puppy, he won't like that dude.
Actually sit there and like, oh, let me make sure I go like that. Like if I'm just scrolling.
So you're not a genuine liker either. You like the people that let me make sure I like her picture.
You gotta like the shit. You gotta start liking the shit.
Yeah, you're right. I do. But I just.
That's whack, Melissa. You genuine with your likes? If you like it, you like it, right?
I'm a Deja. I just like, I'm like, oh, that's cute, but I forget to like things. So I just keep scrolling. I'm like, that's cute. And then I just keep going.
Yo, if I like the picture, I'll double tap it.
I do be mad when I forget to like stuff.
It's that easy.
It's just an app.
I be mad when
app.
But time out.
It's not real life.
But time out. Do you find yourself having to look at it?
If I remember to like something,
do you find yourself having to look at it though? Like your Instagram, Snapchat, whatever it is that is your muse. Do you find yourself having to go to the app like daily to see what's going on?
Yeah.
It's crazy. I feel like that's super. I do too.
I have to go on a detox sometimes. Like I literally have to delete the app.
I've deleted my Instagram like that.
I will have to delete that app and not go on it for like at least a week. Like you have to get away from your phone. You can't we get to the point where we're gonna be robots soon.
But it's almost like it's already like that. But I'm saying it's almost like you're forced to have your phone. Like for one way or another, it's like communication, whatever you want to call it. It's like sometimes your hands just start like doing this, like just the gesture thing. I never really thought.
This is an audio medium, so people can't see you visually.
All right, tell them what I was doing.
I don't feel comfortable. It was weird. It was weird. Whatever you was doing with your hand was weird.
Yo, hey. I'm just you just made that mad awkward though.
But I mean, you can just tell people.
But we got a video too. We got a videographer here, and they'll be able to see that. You know what I mean? We just got to figure out what we're gonna put it.
What were you doing with your hand?
It was going up and down, scrolling.
Going what?
Scrolling.
Going up and what?
Scrolling.
Scrolling.
Yo, stop it. I'm just saying. All I'm saying is it becomes almost like a muscle memory thing where you find yourself on social media, whatever it is, scrolling up and down, looking at whatever. It could be like useless, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's all
type
useless,
of shit.
Really,
and see, that's the thing about it is like it kind of like programs you to be unproductive.
Yeah, it's definitely a distraction.
Like I will find myself in a trance.
Yeah.
For 30 minutes.
I was in one downstairs. Y'all were talking about all type of shit. Like, fuck Victor. And I'm like, I didn't hear what you were saying.
And I feel like once we get to our old age, our upper back's going to be fucked.
Just your fucking neck. Like, your neck
right there.
My shit is already fucked.
I'm saying, like, people are going to be hunchback in the future just from looking down at their phones. It's going to be real.
Like, it's eerie just looking through the room and it's quiet. And you know why it's quiet because everybody's on their phone in the same position.
The club's not the same because of the phone.
The generation
phones have ruined the club.
The generation after us,
the phones have ruined the club.
It's like fucked, but the generation after
them
is probably even worse.
You know, they need to have a club that just check your phone in, put it in that little baggie, and get it back there.
They do that at comedy clubs and like
right, but it's different. Like the actual club. Like you actually. Like, I hate it.
A lot of people won't be going. They're not going to be. The club would have to be like extra jumping before you start putting that rule in place. Because if you start off like that unless it's something that's enticing that's gonna bring you in there, it ain't gonna be successful. Because 9 times out of 10, people are gonna be like, I'm not coming in here if I can't bring your phone. They could be doing all type of shit in there. They're like, yo, I can't get away from my phone. No, this is ridiculous. It's against, you know. Huh?
A lot of strip clubs take
but those are for different reasons. You know what I mean? Girls don't want you to know that they're actually in that strip.
Atlanta, they don't care.
They don't?
They don't care.
I've been in a strip club in Atlanta. I mean, not Atlanta. We went to one in Atlanta.
Just record.
You like that? You like that angle? They don't care.
We was in Atlanta. We went to Onyx and they damn near took my phone away.
They stopped. Well, I think it's.
It was a while ago.
I think it's who you are. If you have a status in Atlanta, they don't give a fuck.
Oh yeah, if you have a status
anywhere, you throw money like that. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
You kick me out. I'm throwing 10. I'm throwing 10 G's tonight. 10
bands and for one.
You throwing me out?
10 bandies.
Oh yeah. Do whatever the fuck you want.
Period.
I don't understand that though. If you throwing 10 bands, like, just why not have the whole shit at your crib? Like, yo, you come to my house real quick. I'm gonna throw these 10 bands, but I wanted to be in the privacy of my own home. I'm not
niggas like to show off though.
I'm saying they do that, but definitely
niggas like to show off though. That's the whole point. I'm throwing 10 bands in front of everybody.
It's the culture.
This is me. Who's that nigga throwing 10 bands?
What was it? All-Star Weekend, they said these dudes threw 250,000 that night at QC. They 250,000
easily.
And you know how like normal the strip club is in Atlanta?
Oh yeah,
it's so damn normal. Like I went past Magic City at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The whole parking lot was packed. Like there was that TGI Friday.
Right. You listen to the old Ying Yang Twins song. These motherfuckers named like 20 strip clubs. Back then they named 20 strip clubs in the song. So you just, I can only imagine what it is.
They keep telling me about Follies, man. We gotta make our way down there.
I think they all dance at the Fox and they ain't
like, no, these niggas was naming so many strip clubs.
Dion was like, yo, we
it's
went
like
to
regular
restaurants.
You go there just to eat.
Yo, ain't nothing like a strip club. Hey, yo, ain't nothing like a strip club breakfast buffet though. God damn. Ain't nothing like it. I'll tell you what, them eggs and that bacon. I'll be honest with you, I'm not eating off nobody's titties, but you go to that little buffet line.
You're not eating off of nobody's titties?
I'm saying I didn't eat nothing off nobody's titties, but what I'm saying is the breakfast buffet at the strip club is second to none.
I don't know about that.
That shit better than Golden Corral breakfast buffet.
Bro, Golden Corral trash. Exactly. You better see
why would you even bring up Golden Corral?
About nothing like it's 5-star. Yo, come on.
Hold up. Golden Corral is an American establishment.
This is trash. Trash.
Yeah. Okay, I ain't never seen a Golden Corral go out of business.
That's the motherfucker.
Oh, y'all quiet now.
No, they have a market for that. Don't be read the market.
Cheap motherfuckers.
It's a lot of motherfuckers in the market. How many Golden Corrals you think is in the nation?
I mean, you can look it up. It's
over 100.
Common knowledge, yeah.
Over 100, probably over 500.
Look at where they place. Don't mean they're good.
100.
What you mean where they place?
It don't matter. Golden Corral definitely have you going in there thinking everything is good.
I see more strip clubs go out of business than a Golden Corral.
I've never seen Golden Corral go out of business.
But I see exactly. But I see strip clubs.
No, well, girls will have strip clubs.
King of Diamonds went out of business in Miami.
Did they?
Yeah.
I already got shut down.
You heard, but you don't got no real facts.
I
heard that today.
Yeah, exactly.
I heard that today.
Exactly.
But I ain't never heard nobody come to me and say, you know they shut down that Golden Corral.
I'm going to be honest with you. This shit got shut down. It's a goddamn shame. It's a goddamn shame.
I don't know.
It's a travesty. If they got shut down, it's a travesty. I'm going to be honest, because I didn't get to make it that night. They invited me. They're like, yo, let's just go. These dudes went. I felt bad because my girl was sick, and I was like, I'm going to stay home and nurture her. She
was sick, nigga. That's bullshit. That was bullshit. You know how I know it's bullshit? We went to Miami for one night.
Before we went on sick, I couldn't even get it in. Like, yo, it was and then she fell asleep on me. And it was at a hotel. She fell asleep. It was right before we was about to go on a cruise. She fell asleep. And Kiera and Brian was like, yo, let's just go. We're going to go to King of Diamonds.
She talked me into it.
And I heard they had the time of their life, man. You know, a nigga just like, yo. And I never get to go. He went there twice already, right?
Yeah.
It's alright, y'all still young.
But I've been to Stadium. Stadium was fire. The best strip club that we ever been to was motherfucking Fueguitos. Fuegos was the shit, man.
Fuegos out in D.C., Maryland,
Maryland, DMV. That shit was. I'm talking about.
She really liked me.
I'm talking about. You could come in there. Like me. You could come in there with all the drinks that I have downstairs.
It's BYOB.
You bring your own drink. They had no bar
liquor, but you can bring your own liquor in there.
And they got
actually naked.
Yeah, butt ass.
They don't even start off with clothes. No. They was pretty much all naked. Like I mean,
they come out with clothes. They come out with a.
There was no stage.
A string, right?
I don't even remember there being a stage. It was like the lame girl was the only one.
He was that drunk?
There was a stage in the middle.
There was multiple
stages, but the girls really won't utilizing the stage like that.
There was even pussy on the stage.
Who's they?
The black girl. The black.
I'm sorry. My throat, y'all.
Stupid.
My throat. It doesn't matter now.
Anyway.
We should have seen the writing on the wall. It doesn't matter now.
Yo, he's having a great time.
It doesn't matter. Shout out.
If you go into the strip club and you eating pussy, yo, your life is going on a downhill spiral.
Or it's going exactly where it needs to be. You only live once. Knock it off the bucket. Knock it off the bucket list. Eat a stripper's pussy at the strip club on the stage.
Right there.
That's the stuff dreams are made out of.
Immediately.
That nigga said he had a throat ache the next morning. That nigga had strep in
Yo, this dude, he was like, yo, what's that on your shirt? He was like, I was getting busy in there tonight.
Yo, she was all. He had a black tee on. This shit.
Yo, that nigga he had to have a tonsillectomy.
And the real thing is, he paid premium prices to eat her pussy. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute.
God.
Y'all thought I was finished?
Yeah, he had to have his tonsils removed after that shit.
That's disgusting.
We haven't seen him since.
He had surgery?
He had to have his tonsils taken out. Yeah, that strep did a number on him.
Yo, it was embarrassing though.
God damn.
Yo, he was hype.
Hey, look.
Hey, yo, you ever heard a nigga like hype? I never met a nigga that was hyper than that.
He came out there telling everybody.
He had a cheese in his. He said, "Yo, you wouldn't believe what I was doing back then. You thought he was getting some hair, got some ass or something. He said I was eating the shit out of her pussy." Good God. You a bad member, Tampa.
The fact that he was bragging about it.
Yo, that's sad.
God only knows which one he got too. I mean, good God.
Damn.
Good God Almighty.
Shit.
Shout out to my guy. He said he wanted. And then the thing is, ever since
he's good now. Ever since he got his tonsils removed.
Ever since then, he been asking me when we going back. I'm like, damn, you didn't leave there with enough.
Damn, nigga, you ain't got no tonsils left. What you gonna do? Well, I mean, they already took him out. What's the worst gonna happen?
Oh my God. That's just so nasty.
Oh man.
That is disgusting.
Oh my goodness. Not as bad as that breakfast buffet.
God.
I digress, yo. Alright.
You should have known.
Yo, babe, let me just go ahead and change. Look, let me just go ahead and change.
Gang of Mexicans just sitting there like, yo, I'm gonna spend the whole check.
The whole check
tonight.
Alright, let me change the subject. Alright. What are the biggest sacrifices a single man would have to make to be in a relationship for the greater good? What do you think the biggest sacrifice a single man has to make for his relationship to last a lifetime? Jumping into a relationship and making it last a lifetime.
That's an extremely hard question, man. My man would have to put his foolish pride aside. You know what I mean? Because
when you say pride, what do you mean?
I mean pride. You gotta put your pride aside in everything, because when it comes to arguments, it's no longer just like one-sided. It's no longer like, yo, I'm gonna put my foot down. Like, sometimes you just gotta, conform. Sometimes you gotta know when the battle, it's just not for you to win. Regardless if you got valid points and you got valid arguments.
A happy wife, a happy life.
She said it, and I won't repeat it, but it's true though. Honestly, like, you gotta know what it is that you wanna, like. It could be like this, right? You can know you wanna get some ass tonight. And if you wanna be arguing, you can argue past a certain limit. But then you're gonna go to sleep, you ain't gonna get nothing, and you might be 2 weeks later, she's still looking at you like, cause girls don't forget shit. That's the thing. You get into an argument over some dumb shit, no, for real. And sometimes they get better depending on.
So when you say, okay, so you're not necessarily saying pride, you just gotta swallow like.
No, that's pride. That's pride. Cause sometimes your pride will have you saying shit. Your pride will have you in an argument just because. Like, yo, I'm gonna argue with you just because because you could be right about some shit. But it's like you gotta know when it is that you want to spend your time and energy arguing about the shit, because they could argue forever. They can argue some shit that they don't know nothing about. They can argue some shit that they know that they're wrong about.
You're characterizing. You're grouping every woman into one category.
I'm talking about minds and minds only.
I don't like to argue.
You don't like to argue?
What's the biggest sacrifice you think a man would have to, a single man out here in Atlanta, would have to make in order to be in a relationship, in order to make it last for the long term? Can you turn that thing off?
Other women in Atlanta.
Okay, then let me just say in general then. Obviously other women, obviously you can't have sex. But I don't think that's the biggest sacrifice. Having sex with other women, I don't think that's the biggest sacrifice for a single man to make.
That's a big sacrifice.
That's a big sacrifice. They living out here?
Especially since she's saying if you're doing rather well or whatever, or you doing, they're gonna throw their stuff on you. Like,
that's a
big sacrifice.
Throw that ass in the circle.
Yeah, granted, a man's gonna find his queen in Atlanta. That's very true. But he gonna find his queen, but he's still gonna have these little like.
Well, I mean, a king. Well, I mean, if we're talking about royalty and we're talking about monarchies, that's been going on for thousands of years. That's just how it's been.
So you're saying it's regular? That's how it should be?
I'm not saying that. I'm asking her what the biggest sacrifice is. So you're saying the biggest sacrifice is having sex with other women, just cutting it off. The physical.
That's a big sacrifice.
That's a huge sacrifice, especially with somebody that's used to that and they're used to getting what they want as far as women, and like buckling down. It's like, look, I'm going to treat this woman right. I'm going to make sure that she's happy and she doesn't feel disrespected.
That's the biggest sacrifice.
It is. I mean, especially if you want to single it down to Atlanta, it seems like, you know what I mean? People got, guys that are successful got plenty of options. So it's like, you got to shut all that out. You got to throw away your phone, throw away all the numbers in your phone, and just start from scratch. I'm like, yo, look, this is it.
See, to me, I think it's just like your time. Like, as a single man, I do what I want to do, when I want to do it, and how I want to do it. But if I really want to sacrifice and make this last for the long run, I realize I got to sacrifice my time and energy. I got to do some things I don't want to motherfucking do. I got to go places. I got to have conversations that I don't necessarily want to have. I got to watch shows that I don't want to watch. And I think that's the biggest thing. Like, really wanting to spend time with that person all the fucking time instead of going out to hoop. Instead of going out to just having my free time and doing whatever the fuck I want to do with it. I feel like that's the biggest sacrifice. Personally, I can only talk for myself.
But at the same time, like for women, a real woman is not going to ask for you to sacrifice all
I'm
of
not saying
your
all
free
of it.
time.
I'm not saying all of it. But like when you're a wild dog out here doing whatever the fuck I want to do, ooh, there's that. Ooh, that got my attention. Let me go over there. I don't got to motherfucking be necessarily one place at whatever time. So
consistency is the issue.
Right. But like, not only consistency with my time. Like, I have to do this, and this. I know I got to check in.
See,
I know I got to spend time with her.
You shouldn't feel like you have to.
I understand that, but that's the biggest sacrifice. I want to be able to want to spend more time with her and do the shit I really don't want to do, but because I'm doing it with her, it makes it okay.
Then it wouldn't be a sacrifice.
If you find somebody that you want to be with, you guys find an identity together. Like, it's not necessarily. It's like you can separately watch shows.
You can find an identity together, but that person is no two people are that much alike to where you're not gonna have to do some shit.
But I'm saying, no, you gotta listen.
I'm sure Melissa does shit that you do not want to do, but you do it because it's Melissa.
But you gotta listen to what I'm saying. So when it comes to like shows and like the things that you're talking about, she watches her own shows, I watch my own shows, and then we find shows that we can watch at common ground. When you go places, it's like you gotta feel okay with her going and doing her own thing whenever she wants to do it, and vice versa. Like if I want to go,
I need to maintain some level of independence, so I go crazy in a relationship. Like if you want to do everything with me all the time, fuck that. But some people don't. Some people fully immerse themselves. Like, yo, this is my man, this is my girl, I'm doing everything with them.
And like sometimes you have to also, sometimes people don't realize that, and you got to stress that for them. Like, not only do I have to have my own time, but you got to be able to do things, and you got to have, your own life, and you got to, because it might be okay for the first couple of years. It might be okay for the first couple of months. Eventually, that's going to drive you guys apart because it's like, if you're not doing, you don't have your own identity.
That person you're willing to sacrifice.
But it's not. It doesn't have. See, the word sacrifice essentially seems that you're doing something against your will.
Right.
In a relationship, it's like you guys got to come to a point where you don't have to sacrifice.
I understand, but like biblically, if you're a Christian, it literally says in the Bible, make yourself a living sacrifice. Like, you're going to have to sacrifice. If you care about other people in this world, if you care about anything, honestly, in this world, you're going to have to sacrifice in order to nurture that love. But when you say the word like sacrifice my time, it's not what you're gonna. If you meet somebody that you want to spend time with, it's not sacrificing.
That's not sacrificing.
Because it's like those time, that time isn't something that you're gonna feel like, yo, I could be doing something else, because you're gonna want to be doing those things. I
disagree with that.
It is. I mean,
she
it's
is so
hard to have that conversation.
You got a deep connection with her, right? And it's dope. But she likes opera. And maybe the first time it's like, oh, okay, I've never been to the opera, yo. That's what's up. I'll try it because I'm with her. Hate that shit. Like, oh my gosh, this is 3 hours of some bullshit.
But you
love her enough to where it's like, yo, she's in the opera. You know what? I'll go to another one with her. That's a sacrifice. No, it's shit I really don't want to do.
No, what it is,
a compromise involves some level of sacrifice. What a compromise is sacrifices. A compromise is a sacrifice from both ends to meet at a common ground. But either way, it's still a sacrifice.
But if you're in the right relationship, you can have a conversation with your wife, your girl, or whatever situation, and say, yo, I generally despise opera, or whatever the situation is. Like, yo, can we figure out a way for us not to, for you to go to the opera with your friends or whatever situation?
And she says, yes, we can, but I like it more when you're there.
Okay.
Sacrifice, my nigga, and go.
I don't know.
But it's only temporary. Like, that's temporary. Example. I love horror movies.
All right.
Love them.
I love horse, but go ahead.
Horror movies.
Well, my husband does not like horror movies.
Oh, he's scared of them? Why don't you like them?
He gets very scared.
I'm a scary ass.
You have nightmares and shit?
No, what the fuck? I used
for the longest time, Victor would come with me
it's like that shit
to watch horror movies.
Right.
For a while. Now I can't get Victor to come and watch a horror movie with me.
Paying to get scared?
That's his thing. Why am I paying to get scared? I don't need to spend. Even at the house, I'm like, babe, let's just download it and we can watch. Yo, I'm going to sleep.
Wi-Fi too.
He does not watch them, so now he doesn't watch them, and I watch them by myself.
But guess
what?
Which
I'm okay with too.
Guess what he did at the beginning?
Right.
He sacrificed.
Right.
It wasn't that.
Why?
I didn't feel like it was a sacrifice, though. I didn't feel like.
You're a liar. You don't like horror movies. You never liked them. You sacrificed to spend time with her. Why? For the greater good. You knew that this is a woman that you could spend the rest of your life with.
I reviewed the ones that I could bear. I was only going to the ones that were really that scary, dog. Like, yo, you gotta think about that shit.
You was jumping on my lap, bro.
I can't even. It's hard for me to say that it's gonna be
for the greater good.
Something that it's like you find that kind of a common interest, like you find that little silver lining in going and doing something with somebody that you generally have that connection with.
He didn't like that. He didn't like horror movies, but he did it early on because he knew, yo, okay. You didn't mind it. She just said you jumping in her life.
You see that it brings that person joy.
Yeah, like for the longest time.
You don't do it no more.
I didn't watch basketball.
You don't do it no more.
Because she doesn't really necessarily ask. She doesn't push it on me. She'll say, do you want to watch this? And I say no.
You made a sacrifice at the beginning. She saw that you could sacrifice. Now she's not going to force you anymore because you made the sacrifice early.
I think it's the words
you don't make her watch basketball no more because, okay, I see that you're willing to sacrifice early. That's what I'm saying. You got to make that sacrifice at the beginning. You have to.
I think it's the
you got to do some shit you don't want to do. Once you prove to that person that you're willing to sacrifice
punishment.
Sacrifice to me is like a punishment or something that
you
just
But
like
what you're showing that person is that, yo, I'm willing to do some shit I don't like because I like you that much. Once y'all build that love and you realize, yo, this person loves me enough to do some shit they don't really want to do. I know that they don't want to do that. I'm not going to make them do it no more because they proved they loved me. he don't gotta watch horror movies no more because he proved to you at the beginning, I'm willing to watch this bullshit. I'm willing to sacrifice enough for you to spend time with you. That I'm willing to sacrifice because I'm spending time with you. And now you see that and you're like, fuck it, you don't gotta do that no more. I know that you care about me enough. Don't do that shit. Same thing with you. You don't like basketball, yo. I'm gonna watch the game with you.
So what if I didn't?
Bro, I'm gonna watch. She said she gonna watch the game with you. She proved to you that, like, yo, she don't even like this, but she willing to do that to spend time with me. Yo, you don't even gotta do that no more.
So you think the relationship wouldn't have worked out if I would have decided that I just didn't want to watch no fucking
I think the relationship wouldn't have worked out at the beginning if you didn't show that you were willing to put the commitment in to do the things that you don't like because you care about it that much.
You call it commitment.
Yes.
But then in the
it's
same
sacrifice.
sentence, it's which one is it?
So are you
It's
not
both.
willing to give up things for a
So
girl?
you're saying you can't commit to somebody?
I'm saying that's what the
can't
biggest
commit.
sacrifice is for me.
Like, bring that out of you yet.
But that's why I say it's the biggest
And that's
sacrifice.
what I mean.
I'm
It's
willing
like-
to do other shit. I'm willing to like swallow my tongue on certain things. I'm willing to keep my mouth shut on certain shit. But like spending my time and actually
That
going
goes
somewhere,
with-
like fuck that.
That goes with the whole concept
Fuck
of
that.
chivalry.
I ain't doing that shit.
You want to do that shit? Let's do something else.
That
Let's do
goes on to
something that I
the same
like.
concept
But
of
it's
chivalry.
not. But then she's
A lot of
sacrificing
people-
what she wants to do what you want to do.
Why? That's crazy.
Did it just stop?
Wait. So you don't like to argue? When you say you don't like to argue, like if it's a disagreement, what do you do?
I like to actually sit down and actually talk about it like grown-ups. I'm not into arguing.
Arguing is talking like
Big
grown up.
Like, we can like actually sit there and have
No.
like a discussion.
We're
We
splitting
don't have
hairs
to.
here.
I'm
We
all
don't have
about
to
discussion
yell
and
at
an
each other.
argument.
That's too much.
No, there's a difference between discussion and an argument.
What's the
Please.
fucking difference?
It's a
What
big
are you
difference.
talking about?
Like
Yes.
the way
Are
you
you
talking right now,
That's an
that's an
argument.
argument.
Yes.
I feel like it's not an argument. I
Thank
feel like
you.
it's
Y'all the
just
same
just
person.
a little bit louder.
You guys
Come
are
on,
the same fucking
I
person,
gotta
that's
look.
why.
Sometimes I gotta. I can't be on this monotone level. Like
That's the
people
only
are
way you're gonna
emotional.
that's the only way you're gonna have
This
understanding.
shit don't get through with the people
no.
when y'all
The
both
inflection,
yelling.
but time out. The inflection in my voice lets you know how serious I am about this particular subject.
You can do that without fucking yelling.
I will
I
shut
can't be a
down on
robot.
you. I'm
But
gonna
I
shut
can't-
down on you.
Okay, but
Oh,
me
that's
talking
awesome.
monotone like this the whole
No.
time is a robot.
You got that
I don't
completely
want to hear what you gotta
misconstrued.
say if you fucking yelling at me. If
That's
you
not yelling. I'm yelling. This is yelling.
Yes,
Yes.
it is. If
Oh
you
my God.
If you're talking at
It
somebody,
ain't yelling, B. It ain't
It is
yelling.
not
All
yelling.
you're doing at this point
She's Puerto
is
Rican.
all you doing when you yell
I'm
like
Ecuadorian
that
as
and
well.
trying to state your point. You're not talking to actually get an understanding.
Nope.
While I'm talking to you,
Speak for yourself.
you're waiting for a response.
Preach,
you
preacher.
wait to put your response in. You're not waiting to really absorb what I'm saying and
disagree.
take that in.
Yo,
No, you're
I'm
not.
taking all of
Shout
this
out
in.
to
When you're
Daisy,
arguing,
yo.
that's
This
what
was the
you're
best
doing.
idea ever. Yo,
Bruh.
why don't you understand that shit? Why don't you understand that if you're
A
talking
little
to somebody
inflection
like-
in your voice doesn't mean I'm not listening to you. Doesn't mean
I'm
that
not
I'm doing
saying
this
that.
and that.
I'm not saying
I'm
that.
inflection in my voice because, like, yo, I take what we're saying
No, you-
seriously. I take it to heart. Like, I cannot sit here and be monotone with you and everything. Like, yo, in a relationship in life, it's not going to be perfectly wrapped in a bow to where I can keep this monotone all the time. Sometimes I got to express myself loudly, and it is
I'm not
what
gonna
it
hear
is.
you at that point.
And then you see that shit.
That's
don't
you,
get through
but,
to
like, you
people.
can't
A lot
just
of
cut
people
that
like
off.
that. I'm
But
just
there's
the
a
same
difference
way.
between arguing and just going back
Right.
and forth with somebody and yelling at somebody. It's not
Right.
like
Arguing, going back and forth is not a discussion, though.
It's not.
Arguing back and
no,
forth
it-
is if I'm trying to get over on you. I'm trying to get the best word. I'm trying to get that last word, and that's what arguing is to me.
And if you start yelling at somebody, even if you're regardless of what you're saying, I don't know how you expect to have any type of constructive conversation happen at that
I'm not
tone.
saying I'm
Because
yelling. It's an inflection. Like this isn't yelling.
You're talking at somebody, yelling, whatever you want to call it. It's like nobody is.
So if
a
I say
person-
the same exact words, but because my tone is a little bit louder, you can't take that in?
No,
No.
you're just not hearing what he's saying. What he's saying is when you're just talking at them and not talking with intent, like you always say, you do things with intent.
I do.
No, when you're just talking at them and just like trying to get your point across without trying to come to a resolution, that's when you're arguing.
Okay, so, but it's not about how loud or how soft my voice is. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the volume of my voice. When y'all say yelling, I'm talking about the volume of my voice. I can say the same content. Like
you
I'm always
you don't realize that the volume of your voice and your demeanor they coincide together.
It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
But 80% of communication is nonverbal. 80% of it. So when you see me making hand gestures, when you see me raise the inflection of my voice, you got to pick up on the nonverbal cues too. I'm trying to discuss this shit out, but it's stirred me up emotionally so much that I can't help but let it come out verbally and non-verbally. You're gonna see it on me, like whatever we're talking about, and I'm trying to talk it, and I'm trying to talk it through. I'm not yelling at you to belittle you. Mm-hmm. I'm not yelling to get my point across just because it stirred up something in me emotionally to where I can't help. Okay, my voice is going to raise a little bit, and I'm not yelling like that. Like I'm not that type of person. But you're gonna see me move my hands. You're gonna see me make certain gestures. You're gonna see me react like, "Oh my God, really?" Like, no. What I'm trying to say is this. Blah 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 blah. Mm-hmm. But if you immediately hear if my voice goes to a certain decimal level, and you're gonna shut down. Like, why?
When you get to a certain decimal level and you doing all of that, boop, 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 and all that shit, like, I'm getting to the point where, you know what? You need to take a pause, and we're going to come to this later.
You got to be able to listen to the words, though. But you got to be able to listen to the words, too, though.
I
could be saying the same thing.
I can't listen to that.
I could be saying the same thing.
I'm on the fence.
No, I'm exactly like that. I'm like, yo.
It's like,
it's like, one or two things is going to happen. Either I'm going to shut down or I'm going to turn up to the same level that you at, and nothing constructive is going to happen in this conversation.
I'm say some shit that I don't want to say.
Because we're going to get to a point where
if my voice goes up, I'm not saying sit here and yell at the person at the top of your lungs.
That's not. That doesn't matter whether you're at the top of your lungs or at the middle of your lungs.
If I'm saying the same words like this or like this. If I'm saying the same words, it shouldn't matter. Listen to what I'm saying.
Although, in a relationship, I do believe you have to have a balance because...
I agree. I'm not saying I'm doing it all the time.
I am definitely the type of person that I am, when I get in my feelings, I'm just like Brian, I'm a little bit louder, and Victor's like, yo, but why are you yelling? I'm not yelling. I'm just talking loudly. And it's not yelling because I'm expressing myself with my emotions.
But I also feel like the non-yellers would use that to try to win the argument. Why are you yelling?
Oh yeah, Victor does that all the time.
Stop yelling.
Victor does that all the time.
Using that as a weapon. I'm gonna shut down there. I'm not gonna talk to you.
That's what we're trying to say.
You're going to argue in a relationship.
What is it that you want me to say? What is the other option besides why are you yelling?
But that's what I'm saying.
What do you want me to do? It's
listen to the words I'm saying. Just because I'm stirred up a little bit emotionally because we have a disagreement. Who wants to hear what?
Who wants to hear somebody?
Nobody wants to hear the opposite side. People look for for confirmation rather than confrontation.
But who
all the time?
Who wants to hear?
You're using the yelling as an excuse not to listen to the person.
Okay.
You're using that as an excuse. Because she could say the same thing at a monotone, but you still don't agree with it, so you're going to find another way to disagree with it.
No, it's not.
You're using the yelling as a way to shut them down.
See, that's what you're trying to
shut down completely?
That's what you're trying to turn it into. That's not the case.
And that's what you're trying to turn it into. You're yelling. Why are you yelling?
No, we're trying to
yelling. When you say, why are you yelling, it's like to check you like, yo, you don't have to do that. We can actually talk about it.
It's like you're trying to be a grown-up around people that don't necessarily want to do that. You're like, yo, let's have a real conversation.
I can't be a grown-up all the time.
We can sit on the couch.
I can't be a grown-up all the time, and neither can you.
Yes,
None of us can all be grown-up all the time.
And people try to put that on.
Grown-up, what does that even mean?
People try to
what does that even mean, though?
People try to put that on like your sign and like, yo, you're like this.
Tell me, what does that mean, though? Being a grown-up all the time, what does that mean?
It starts off with being able to discuss your differences. Like in a regular tone, in a regular
manner.
If you can talk to me, okay, I can talk to you in whatever, and we can have a conversation in any place, whether it's a Starbucks, a library, blah blah. If you can't talk to me in a library, don't talk to me at all. I don't want to hear you fucking yelling. Like, what the hell are you yelling for?
Right. So the amount of that, right. So it doesn't matter what I'm saying. It's the decibel level that I'm speaking at. Petty.
It's not necessarily petty because the way.
How am I being nasty?
Just like
being nasty is yelling and saying.
Exactly.
How's that being
you can't
nasty?
No, time out. You can't help.
So I gotta hide my emotions.
You can't help.
So I gotta hide my emotions.
No, you can't help being up here without being like this.
Don't do that. Like, what is that gonna achieve? by doing all of this? Like, what is that going to achieve?
I'm expressing my emotion. Like, I'm
how
expressing
does
my
that help
emotions. I
us?
can't be.
How does
I
that
can't
help
be
us?
emotionless. I'm sorry.
How does
if
that
I'm
help
in a,
us,
If
though?
I'm in a relationship with you, I'm committed emotionally. I'm
If
committed
you know
spiritually,
that,
I'm
yo,
committed
if you
physically.
know
I
that,
can't hide my emotions all the time
Time
and
out,
bottle them
listen,
up
listen.
and be this perfect
If
little
you know-
guy
no,
and
no.
never raise my voice. I can't do that.
If
like,
you know
no,
that
I'm not
that-
gonna yell at you and be like, you a bitch. I'm not gonna say that.
Just
But sometimes I gotta yell. Like sometimes I
if
feel
you
like
know,
I gotta yell.
if you know if you know that you'll never get anything accomplished with your partner, let's say you guys are in a relationship and you know that she's like that, why would you do
It's
that?
not like that though.
Yes, it is.
It is.
That's what it feels like too.
It is.
That's
It's
what-
not.
I'm
actually
sorry.
having a tantrum.
Although
disagree.
I am that person,
If somebody
but it is,
videotaped
and
you,
you know
you'd be
why
like,
I say this? Because my son is like that. I can
Bruh.
tell my son, I'm
Bruh.
like, "Bah, talk to me normal," and he's like, and he will spaz out, or he talks the way I talk to him, and I get mad at him for talking to me that way.
So Victor
But
never raised his voice.
Victor raises very
Thank you.
seldomly.
Seldomly.
But you do it.
Seldom.
Why do
Only,
you do it?
only.
Thank
Come on, no,
Thank
no, no, no,
you.
no,
I'm
no, no.
human.
But
That's
that's
only,
you have to
only.
do that
Come
all
on.
the time.
I'm not saying I do it all the
It's
time.
not- it-
Y'all
it's-
are making it seem like yelling is no.
It's
No,
never
no,
yell.
no, no,
Victor
no.
I'm gonna
It's
shut down.
always to match the energy
Yeah,
that's being
Victor
brought
does
to
it
me.
because he knows that I
never
get
yell?
louder.
David, you never yell. Before, you've never been the first person to yell.
I can't see Deja.
I get very emotional, but I'm not a yeller.
You've never been the first person to raise the. I'm sorry, yell is a bad word. Yell has got negative connotations to it.
No,
You've
not
never been
negative.
the first person to raise the voice. Never.
There's nothing to raise your voice about. Everything can be talked about in reason, like at a regular tone. Like yo, if me and you are having differences,
I
we can
walk
talk
away.
about it. Just like I said, there's 2 people in this room that are like that, and there's 3 people in this room that can have a regular conversation with regular people. But sometimes you gotta meet somebody's energy. Like if
I can have a regular conversation.
don't
but that's
seem
not a
like
problem.
it. It don't seem like it.
That's not a problem. What I'm saying is,
And it's
if
not
we're
necessarily
really
the
getting deep,
value.
I'm really into the look at my hands now. Like if I'm really into the conversation,
But why you
I'm
do it,
into
see?
the conversation. I'm fully immersed. I'm 100% in there. Like,
But if you're having
occasionally
a
it's gonna raise,
conversation-
but I'm not saying I'm not raising. Like I'm not throwing insults. Right?
That's not
throwing
what
insults.
it's based off
I'm
of.
not yelling
That's not
at
what
the
it's based
top
off.
of
You don't
my
have to call
lungs.
somebody a bitch for them to make somebody feel like they're up against the wall. Like, yo, why are you attacking me like this?
Oh my
You don't have to say
God.
something insulting to make somebody feel like that.
Right.
The fact that you just bouncing at somebody like, yo,
Said body language.
yeah.
How you doing, little mama? Let me whisper in your ear. Say something you might not like to hear. I didn't like what you did last week. Like, what the fuck? I gotta whisper? Like, get out of here. I'm gonna show you my truth. I'm gonna be 100% me. I'm gonna show you my emotions. I'm gonna show you that
I don't want nobody
Like, I'm
like
gonna
that.
show
I don't. I
you.
just
Don't
won't.
nobody
I'm not
want nobody
yelling.
like
Deal
that.
with
That shit just.
I'm not saying this
deal with
100% of the time. Melissa does not yell at you 100% of the time.
But
I'm
listen,
saying
this
occasionally
is the
it's
thing.
okay to yell.
People will get into
Dwayne Wade
arguments
had
about.
okay to yell.
Look,
People-
Dwayne Wayne
It's
had
not
to
okay
raise
to
his
yell
voice
at
at Whitney that one
anybody.
time.
If my
He had to
daddy-
raise his voice at Whitney
If my
that one
daddy
time,
does not
didn't
raise
he?
One
his voice
time.
at me,
He had
I'm
to
not
raise his
doing
voice.
it.
He had to raise his voice that one time at Whitney.
That isn't good.
Whitney had to get checked that one time. Look, hey, look. It's what has to happen occasionally.
She got to raise her hand with your ass.
With your ass. I got a point. If my daddy don't raise his voice at me, I damn sure am not gonna let you raise your voice at me.
Yo, nobody should have to be talked to in that manner. Like nobody, a male,
Bro,
a female,
I'm
no
not-
matter what situation it
If
is.
you're not being belligerent, though,
It
if you're
doesn't-
not putting the person down,
you're
but
basically
you're just,
it's one sided with you. You feel like you're not attacking that person in by
know.
saying specific things,
if
but
somebody
somebody's
raises their voice at me, I don't feel like they're attacking.
somebody's
I'm
literally
I'm listening to the words.
There's multiple people that are
I'm listening to
literally
the words.
sitting in front of you saying that bothers them. And in
To
a
be quite honest
relationship-
with you, it provides a certain level of authenticity.
Oh my god. Well, we don't
It
want
really
to-
does.
That's not true.
Hey,
That's
yo.
not true. Because somebody can speak their point without having to be aggressive with
I agree.
somebody.
I agree.
You
but
can
when you-
100% speak your point.
but if Victor,
Language is language.
I understand, but Victor doesn't raise his voice, right? The time that he does raise his voice, Melissa knows, oh, this nigga is for real, for real.
Right.
Oh, you for real, for real.
Oh, no, it doesn't go that way.
See? No, that's
It
not how
doesn't
it
go
works.
that way.
It's not-
But if
To a
he
person-
really raises, he rarely raises his voice, right?
He doesn't raise his voice to like come up to when he's serious. He raises his voice to be petty. Like when
Wow.
he raises
It's
his
always
voice,
that
and he's
though.
like, when he's like, "Why are you yelling? Why are you yelling?" and I don't yell. Like I talk loudly. Now when he starts, why are you yelling? That's when our argument
I just
starts.
talk loudly.
But here's the thing, and it's almost not to yell at her like to meet that level. It's almost to say like, this is how loud you're talking. Like we're in a fucking house. Like we can get down to here. Like let's go back down. Why are you talking that loud?
Like it's not necessary.
I can't whisper my whole life. I'm sorry.
There's nothing about whispering.
Whispering.
You
It's
can
like,
even-
I can hear you clearly.
And most of the time we're sitting this close.
Clearly, I can hear you.
Again,
It's almost as if you had. I take it like this. If I was to record this shit the way that you're acting right now, you wouldn't want nobody to see this shit because it's like, why are we talking about something? Most of the time, the conversation is something super petty. It's never really no big thing, and it's like, why are we even here with this? Like, we could have sat down and talked about me stealing your cereal, you know what I mean, over a regular conversation. We don't even gotta take it there. But somehow you over here and get in your bag.
Right. Sometimes you get riled up. It is what it is. I can't date a robot.
See, you turned it into either
So
she's a
you
robot.
turn it into a monotone robot that doesn't have a
So
voice.
you
That's what it sounds
Well,
like.
I know.
And you're turning me into but you're turning me into a yelling beast that doesn't have emotion. That's just attack.
But if you have
I'm not
somebody
talking
that's
about both
yelling,
extremes. I'm saying every now and then raising your voice is effective.
No.
I'm not saying do it all the time. I'm not saying do it 50% of the time. I'm not even saying do it 25% of the time. I'm not even saying do it 10% of the time, but 5% of the time, I may, the voice may come up. That's one in every 20 arguments.
And what we're saying is, we don't want to hear that shit ever. The argument
Right,
is
you're saying
dead.
be perfect, be a robot.
No, we're gonna say the conversation.
Don't be yourself.
If you want to have a conversation, we can have a conversation. If you want to yell, it's gonna be dead immediately. Like I got to the point where it's just like I don't want to hear nothing you're saying past when you want to turn into the rah shit. Then we could talk, like you said, we could talk about this shit another time.
I'm not with the rah. You're a dada.
I don't know what the fuck that means, man. Clear it up.
You're not with the rah-rah?
I don't
Like
know
he
what it
does.
means.
You're not with the rah-rah?
Yeah, like
Are you with the rah-rah or not?
I'm not with the rah-rah.
Why?
Because I'm with the Dada.
Sometimes sometimes the voice will be real.
Dada.
I don't know what the next line was, but...
Hey, but look, basically, the moral of the situation is, you could just talk to
You're
us like
moral.
regular people.
You're moral.
You could just
You're
talk to
moral.
us like regular people.
You're moral.
And we'll be better off if you talk to us like regular
we need
people.
a balance.
And I guarantee
we need
you-
people to balance.
I'm
If
not
you
yelling
have-
all the time,
if you
No,
have-
but I'm saying,
really
I'm
not a
telling
yeller.
you,
I'm
we
really
need
not.
people to balance
I'm the
us.
devil's advocate for
We
the
need
yellers.
people's like.
If you're in a
Victor and
relationship,
Deja.
if you're in a relationship with somebody that's just like you
Mhm.
and takes it
People
up to
like
that
you.
level, it's gonna be
Is it not
constantly
petty
like
to
this.
shut down just because somebody's yelling though? That's
No,
petty.
that's not
I
petty.
can't hear you.
It's not necessarily shutting down. It's like,
I
yo, we'll
can't-
talk
I
about it
can't
when you get back
fully-
to regular person. You Super Saiyan right now.
Period.
Yeah. We'll get back to when you back
So
to your
you're
regular
telling me I
self.
can say the same exact thing, but it's about how loud.
It's that
I say it.
intensity. It's like, why you gotta go there? For what? Like, I can't hear you. You are pulling emotion out of
Not
me
anymore,
to the
I
point
was.
where I'm just gonna get upset
She's
with
talking
you,
about myself.
and I don't want to do that. That's too much
Sometimes I
energy.
gotta pull
What's the
emotion out of you
point?
though.
You know what
What's the
I? You know what
point?
I?
Yes,
So
I
you
can
don't-
be emotional,
you know
but I
what-
don't want to go there.
You know what I say to people? It's like
Sometimes
there's
you gotta go
nobody-
places you don't want to go in order to grow.
Not necessarily.
Growth comes from
That-
the uncomfortable
No.
places.
No.
No.
I'm never gonna
Growth
get
doesn't come from an uncomfortable
No.
places.
You pulling it from something that doesn't even make sense.
Wait,
don't
no,
have
you
to
said
go there.
uncomfortable though.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. That's not in my
I
character.
constantly say to my wife, and I constantly say to anybody, I'm not gonna give anybody the power to turn me into something that I'm not. I'm
Not
real
my
even
character.
keel all the time. You're not gonna be able to take me off of my situation. Like
Right,
what you
and
said,
I'm not even killed all
but
the
you're
time.
trying to. No, but
I'm
what
not
saying-
trying to. I don't want you to yell back at me. I'm just
That's what
trying to get
happens.
my point across.
That's what happens if we're not having.
Then that means you're petty. You're trying to go tit for tat. I'm being genuinely
Oh,
100% myself.
Yo, what else we got? 'Cause, we could be talking about this forever.
Are
We
we
don't
not?
want to be yelled at.
I'm
That's
being
what it is.
genuine. Okay, I'm
We don't want to be yelled at.
I'm being genuinely 100% myself. If 100% yourself is not yelling, then don't yell
Well, we don't
back.
fucking
if
like
you feel
that
like
guy.
you gotta, if you
If
feel
I'm
like
not
you gotta
yelling
yell
back,
back,
We don't like
If
that
I'm
guy.
not yelling back, you automatically, like you said, I'm shutting down. So that's petty.
it is. Just say what you gotta
Because I'm not yelling
say.
back. So you're not hearing me if you're yelling. You can't hear me.
No. I'm
If
not
I'm trying-
yelling.
if
I'm
I'm
not
trying-
yelling while you're talking.
But most of the time, if you're arguing, you're not trying to hear what that other person got to say.
That's
You
most
just
of the time.
trying to
I'm not
strictly
most of the
trying
time.
to
I'm not a
play
most of the
your part.
time person. if we're yelling and if we're trying to discuss something, and we get emotionally and emotions are involved, my voice may inflect. Yelling, I mean, some people may characterize it as yelling.
Everybody will.
I don't necessarily. I say, my voice just raises a few decibels in order to, you know.
But that's not the only thing
that
that happens.
What I'm saying
is, it's not the
you
only
can respond. Look,
is
you
not the
can
only thing.
respond back to me in a monotone
You're
voice
changing it.
to
This
get
whole-
your point across. That's perfectly
You
fine.
see, even when he's not even arguing with it, even when he's not arguing with us, when your voice goes up, your demeanor changes. You're automatically facing forward, almost essentially damn near spitting in somebody's face because
I've never gotten to that point where I'm yelling and spitting in somebody's face.
You don't know you're doing it. It's just like you're passionate about what it is that
that
you're saying. You think that it's like, yo, it's not a regular thing. It's not okay. It's not okay to do it on any level to anybody who doesn't isn't meeting you with that same energy. That's all we're
taking
saying.
it to the extreme right now.
It's not this. It's not.
So
the
what is the
extreme.
decibel levels like? All right, so I'm gonna
It's
just.
extreme.
Okay.
Is this too
okay?
loud?
Let me ask you. Oh my
Is this
God.
too loud? Is this too loud?
Let me ask anybody. Anybody here?
Like,
Do
y'all
you
are
like to be
really
yelled
saying-
at? Like if somebody's coming at you like crazy, regardless of what
You
the
know what I
argument's
like in a
about, do you like to
relationship,
be yelled at?
Okay,
Yes or
let me-
no?
Can I ask you a question?
Hold on, I'm asking a question to everybody. Is anybody here like to be yelled at? Yes or no?
He want that firecracker
No.
passion that
It doesn't
at the
bother
end
you?
of the argument, y'all have wild sex. That's what you like.
I'm not that petty. No. It can
That's
end
what
it.
you like.
Don't get me
No.
wrong. Don't get me
No.
wrong. Don't get me wrong. That would
we
be
can
great.
have wild sex
But
without
like,
yelling though.
Right.
Like,
No. That don't get me wrong. That would be great. But like, I do want that passionate, loud conversation where like you are 100% your true self. We taking all the fucking bullshit, all the barriers, all the political correctness. Fuck all of that shit. Let's get down to the nuts and bolts of this.
The nitty gritty,
fucking
baby.
Fuck
The
all the
nitty-gritty.
window dressing. Fuck all of that. We can get down to the real conversation. And then at the end of that, it can end in sex, or it can just end in a deeper understanding of what each of our points were, and we come to a fucking agreement or not.
listen,
But it is
but-
what it is. I got my 100% point across. I didn't put
I'm
no
a,
bullshit on it. She got her point across. She didn't put no bullshit on it. We both understand each other on a little deeper level. It's not, oh, I don't want to hurt feelings. Oh,
It's
I
not
don't want
even
this.
about-
I don't want
it's
that.
not even about
Like, let's get
hurting
real.
feelings.
Let's
It's
get
about
real.
if your character is not gonna.
I understand that. You don't gotta match it with the yelling though. Just because
I'm gonna
somebody's
be
talking
honest
a
with
little
you.
bit louder than
But
you.
that's not that's arguing. I don't want to argue. I want to have a discussion. I want to be a grown up about this situation. I want to meet each other's
Yeah,
points.
yeah.
And being a grown up about the situation is realizing that everybody doesn't have the same demeanor as you. People come from different backgrounds, different whatever. But understanding that, okay, this person's talking a little bit louder, but listen to the fucking words. That's my point.
I'm gonna keep
and
it
then,
a stack
and then
with-
yo, you can match it with your monotone. That's cool. But to shut down and be petty, just like, oh, they're
Why you
talking
call- but you
they're
call-
talking in too loud of a decibel. I don't want to hear them.
But you call
That's
it
worse
petty.
than the person yelling. The person yelling is not yelling just because they're yelling, because they're being their true, authentic selves and trying to get their point across. The
And me
only way they
being
know
my
how
true
at that
authentic
point.
self is not just speaking regular. That's my true authentic
Right, you
self.
can, but you're saying you're shutting down though. Speaking regular
I can't
back, that's
talk to
cool.
you. I can't even pull any type of dialogue with you when you like are pulling that type of emotion out of me to the point where I'm that upset. I can't even think straight. Don't make me upset to the point where I can't think straight.
I'm saying the person can be yelling and not belittling you. I'm saying yes.
It's not
If the
belittling.
person,
Passionate.
right, okay, or attacking you, or coming at you sideways, I'm not saying that. Like, you can yell and really make, like, if the I have a dream speech, if he was yelling at the top of his lungs, the I have a dream speech, but was saying the same thing,
It may not have been taken by so many people.
right? That's my point. You're like you're taking the decibels that I'm using, and you're letting that blind you.
But it's all about
But
the
I'm
presentation.
emotional.
And in life, it's all about the
And
presentation.
what I'm saying, it's got to be
Especially-
deeper than that.
It
A
doesn't have
relationship's
to
got to be deeper than that. The presentation, she fine as hell. Let me marry her. Her presentation is great. She got her hair perfect. She looked good. She got an ass. She got titties. She got it all. Her presentation is amazing. But guess what?
Okay, everything
On the
up,
inside,
yeah, but-
she's fucked
Yeah,
up.
but it's up
Her
to you.
substance
It's
is
up to you
fucked
to
up.
do the whole
I'm
entire
yelling,
research, though.
I'm yelling, but what I'm saying has substance. The presentation is
It's
off
horrible.
because I'm emotional.
Being
The
that
presentation
voice.
is off.
It's horrible.
But the substance is still there. I'm not saying, fuck you, you are this, you are that. Yo, you this, you that. I'm not throwing blame.
Alright.
I'm not calling names. I'm not doing any of that. And I don't do that. I don't do any of that. But hey, my voice may, the inflection of my voice may go up. But I'm not throwing names. I'm not belittling you. I'm not taking away your self-esteem. I'm not doing any of that stuff.
Nobody said that.
That's what y'all making it sound like. Yo, I'm shutting down because you're yelling. Like, what are you
Your
attacking me
emotions
for?
are making
I'm
you
not.
sound like
I'm
that.
not attacking you.
Your emotions.
I'm really not attacking you.
See, you talking. This is the conversation that me and you guys that we're having right here.
Right.
But when you turn it into something else, it's no longer a conversation. Regardless of that's the only point that we. Regardless of what it is that you're saying, it's to not necessarily to everybody. You can find people that are okay with it, but to the two people who you're having a conversation
You're blinded
with,
by the decibels.
it's
of
no
people's
blind.
voices.
See, you want to turn.
Do you listen to Meek Mills?
Let's move it on. Let's move it on. Let's move it on.
Do you
Let's
listen
move
to
it
Meek
on.
Mills?
Let's agree to disagree.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Like,
I thought I was finished. Obviously, you wasn't. Come on, man. What's the next joint?
So if Melissa tell you she love you,
back
but
on
she
this?
yelling,
Damn.
You don't hear it?
Nah, I don't want to hear that.
I love you.
I don't want to hear it.
You don't love me.
Why you yelling at me? Why you yelling that shit over here?
All right, next one. What we got?
Yeah, you gotta move on from this.
We can move on, but I'm just saying, like, yelling is not the worst thing in the world. Don't do it all the time.
But nobody
sometimes
see
it's
you
effective.
swaying the argument. Yeah, nobody said that yelling was the worst thing. I'd rather you
And
yell
nobody
at me
say
than shoot
yell
me.
at me and attack me. I didn't say that. Sometimes
Yelling
the inflection
isn't
of
the
your voice
worst, man.
raises. Like,
You passionate,
people,
man.
some
We
people
got
shut
you.
down. You know
We
what I
got
mean?
you, bro. I do shut down. I don't want to hear that shit.
All right.
You stressing me out. Fuck
Okay.
out of here.
All right. Well, how about this? To relieve some of that stress, what's your fave five, bro? Give me a book. It can be a book. It can be music. It could be an artist. It could be a movie. It could be a
All
TV
right, yeah, I got
show.
artists.
It could be a podcast. Like, give me something that you like watch this week or whatever that you think people should listen to and
It's crazy. For the last, I say about 3 or 4 months, I've been listening to this artist. His name is Da Baby. And
wham.
Nah, that's
No,
Lil
no.
Baby. Da Baby. It's probably been like
DA or THE?
Nah, DA.
DA.
Yeah. And he
Deja,
from North Carolina. Yeah, he from North Carolina. And lately he
You
been
from North Carolina or North Carolina?
North Carolina, wherever Petey Power from. Charlotte, I believe. But
Anybody that's seen the wood, they know.
But
what I'm talking about.
he's
North
actually
Carolina.
been all over the place now.
Oh,
But I
really?
heard of him a little while ago. Motherfucker's nice. I will say that, man. I know, yeah. I've been listening to people say how hard it is. Like J. Cole's from North Carolina, but he really didn't pop in North Carolina. He
Right,
popped in New York. How hard it would be to break from that type of market.
Pete Pablo,
Who's Petey
Pablo.
Pablo in 2019?
top 10 rapper of all time. In North
Carolina.
Carolina. In North Carolina.
Hey, look, but the baby, go check out his music.
Wham.
Nah, it's the wrong man. That's Lil Baby, man. All right, who you got?
Wham. This is a baby.
Well, we do have to explain to Deja what the Fave 5 is. So
Fave 5 is, so this is what the Fave 5 is. It's a movie, a book, a movement, a TV show, whatever it is that you would recommend that people, spend their time, spend their energy, and invest in,
something that you would
Like,
recommend.
for example, he always does an artist, he always does an album or whatever. I do random shit. Most of the time it's like a movie or a documentary I watched or whatever.
Okay.
So, whatever you want to do and whatever you want to come up with, that's really...
While she's looking, what you got?
I told myself that I was going to say one thing and I motherfucking forgot when I started yelling. That's the thing about yelling, you really forget
Lord.
what your point is.
You really do. That's part of our
You
point.
just proved their point.
That was a joke.
No, that's part of our point. Because check this out. 9 times out of 10 when I have a conversation, with Melissa and I say at the end, I say, "What were you even arguing about?" She like, "I really don't know, nigga."
Don't let him discredit
I never
you.
know. Anyways, so
After I got to a
just know
certain extent, it was just
I
like,
was
yo, I was
passionate
arguing
at
the
that
argument.
time.
I think passion is just what it is. That's what drives some people. Like,
Well,
What you got?
my Fave 5 is, it's actually a throwback. Yo, Dre's The Chronic. That album right there, bro. So I was watching the Defiant Ones on HBO. You can check that out. It's a 4-part series about Jimmy Iovine and about Dre, how they started from nothing and made their careers. But The Chronic, that album was so important to Dre. Him going solo, leaving NWA after all the bullshit And like, just that album from start to finish is amazing. It's got, I mean, just like the way it's produced, the clarity of the sound, the way the subwoofers bump on certain songs, and then the samples and just like the mixing and the flows up there. It's just perfect. Like, this dude put the work in. Like, I understand that the album came out 25 plus years ago, but like watching the Defiant Ones and then listening to the album again just gave me a greater appreciation for it. So I'm gonna throw it back. You know what I mean? I don't listen to nothing new anyway. You know what I mean? The shit you're listening to now, I'm gonna listen to in 2023. I'm like, oh yeah, that shit is tough. The Baby, you know what I mean? Wow. Like, that's what I'm gonna get on. I'm gonna get on that in 2023. But it's not though, because there's so much content in the past that like we never got to. Like, let me listen to all of that shit first, and let me get to the more recent stuff. I'll work my way up.
Is
but
that
the
on
Chronic,
streaming
yo.
services?
The Chronic?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. It's on Apple Music,
Spotify,
Spotify,
of course, but
whatever.
there's a lot of stuff that's not out there.
That's
You know,
the Chronic is.
Did you know that none of Timbaland's music is on streaming services?
You want to bet? We can make a bet off air. Anyway, Deja, what do you have for your Fave 5?
For my Fave 5, I want to recommend my friend, actually. She's an author.
Okay.
A erotica author.
Radical.
Okay. Her name is
Erotica?
Raquel Sider.
Like sex.
Okay, I thought she said radical.
I heard
Radical, like, yo.
Erotica.
By any means necessary. Okay.
By Raquel Sider, and it's called Risk It All. And it's pretty dope. Risk It All.
You heard of that? You heard of that?
Oh, no.
Okay.
It took me back.
She just
It took
excited.
me
She
back.
actually has
been
a
risking it all.
3-part
Took me
series.
back.
Risk
Okay.
It All, In Between the Story Between My Legs, and French Kisses.
These are like novels.
Very good novels. Yes.
Where can you get them?
You can get them on, as well as books on your Apple iPhone.
Okay. She on Amazon?
Yeah. On Amazon.
So
Risk It All. So what is you? I mean,
Yeah, what is
like,
it?
she
Give us
risking
a
it
quick-
all for some?
did you read it?
Is it about?
I started
risking it
reading
all?
Risk It All. Is actually a very good book about like a businessman that has like
A family.
he actually has a family, he has
Living
a
in Atlanta?
girlfriend, he lives in Atlanta. Actually, he does live in
So
Atlanta.
yeah, he definitely will risk it all.
And he, just to give you a small snippet, he finds like an attraction to an older woman.
Okay, cool.
How?
Cougars and Cubs.
Hey, yo,
See them Cougars, boy. I told you at the beginning, them Cougars. Go ahead.
Yeah, he finds attraction to an older woman, but he's risking it all because he's in love with his current girlfriend.
They got a baby together?
No baby together,
Yeah.
but that's still
Not
his love of
that
his
baby.
life. But
And he risked it all.
he risked it all. Very steamy.
It's like super steamy. She should drop a movie for him.
Put a bath bomb and light the candles and go in the tub and read it, right? Risk it all. Why not? It's just a...
Throw off your pH balance.
Ooh, okay, the bath bombs is done. They
Bombs are
over.
done.
What's those?
Melissa be getting them shits like they're going out of style.
What? I don't even use. I don't even take a bath.
I'm trying to say your pH is off.
Ooh! She risked it off that bath bomb.
No.
I've never seen you that red before.
Stop it.
Hush.
I don't even take baths. I'm like, this
Let's go
nigga.
risk it all. Check it out on Amazon, Nook.
You never asked the first question that you said you was going to ask. What was the
What was the first question?
manscaping? What happened with that?
I mean, that's for the next podcast. But for this one, good evening, good morning, good night. Once again, thank you for listening to the Vic and B. Austin podcast. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at Vic and B. Austin. Check Deja out at
House of Sherelle
House of Sherelle. You want to spell that for
on
the people?
Gmail. HOUSEOCHAREL.
All
I
right.
don't know how to spell
I can't
of.
spell. That's why. If you can't spell up, then you got a problem. We can't help you, bro.
We still
cannot
appreciate you listening to the podcast.
Yes, we appreciate you listening. Episode 21 is in the books.
In the
I'm
book.
your host, B. Austin, my co-host,
Young Vic.
and our special guest, Deja.
Hey.
And we out.